You're not broken. You might feel like something is deeply wrong with you, like you're failing at simply being a person. But the truth is, you were never really shown how to be yourself. From a young age, you were conditioned, trained to survive in a world that didn't necessarily want the real you to show up. You were taught to perform, to put on the mask that others expected, how to earn love, how to avoid punishment. You learned what words to say to keep the peace, who to be to make people proud, what parts of yourself to hide, to suppress, because you might be too much, too loud, too sensitive, too different. But that's not brokenness. That's adaptation. And adaptation is a survival skill. It's your nervous system's way of protecting you. It's literally your brilliance in action. You did exactly what you had to do to stay safe. But now something's changing. You're waking up. And the old patterns, the one that help you survive, they no longer fit. You catch yourself overthinking every text you send, wondering if you said the right thing. You feel emptier in relationships you once begged to stay in. You feel like you're walking around in someone else's skin, someone you don't even recognize. That, my friend, is what awakening feels like. It's not glamorous. It's not a smooth path. It's disorienting. Because when your identity has been shaped around who you thought you had to be, it takes immense courage to peel back those layers and figure out who you actually are. I want you to hear this loud and clear. The discomfort you're feeling right now, that's not proof you're broken. It's proof you're healing. Healing doesn't always feel peaceful or calm. Often it's messy, it's loud. It can be confrontational with yourself and with others. It's grief over what you lost. It's rage over what was stolen. It's emptiness where you once felt something familiar, even if that familiar was pain. But here's the truth about that pain. It's not new. It's old. It's been living inside you for years, maybe decades, buried beneath layers of survival. And now, you're finally meeting it. You're meeting the part of you who never felt safe to speak. The part of you who learned to make herself small, quiet, invisible. The child who believed love was conditional, something you had to earn by being perfect, compliant, or good enough. And in doing that and showing up to meet that scared, hidden part of yourself, you're doing something radical. You're telling your nervous system, it's okay. We're allowed to feel now. We're allowed to be. This isn't about self-improvement. You're not here to fix yourself. You're on a self-reclamation journey. You're here to remember who you truly are beneath the layers of conditioning and survival. And yes, that means shedding identities, roles you were taught to play, relationships that no longer serve your worth, versions of yourself that feel like costumes you've been wearing for too long. It means unlearning the stories that felt like gospel. I'm too much. I have to earn my worth. I'm responsible for how other people feel. They're not truths. They're trauma stories, stories you inherited or absorbed to survive difficult environments. You don't need to become someone new. You need to unbecome what you were told you had to be. Because beneath all the pleasing, all of the overthinking, the perfectionism, the shame, there is a version of you who is whole. A version of you who knows exactly who she is. Who remembers why they came here in the first place. And maybe, just maybe, that version isn't far away. Maybe they're right here, listening. and waiting for you. So if you're feeling broken, frustrated, lost, confused, just remember this. You're not broken. You are returning. And that return to your true self is your power. Your awakening, and it is the most beautiful journey you will ever take.